Alright, good morning everyone. It is November 3rd, 2021. It is the day after the election, and we're going to take a look at the results of election night 2021. We're going to start off with my home, New York City. And as expected, Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams is going to be the next mayor. Curtis Lewa ran a great campaign. You know, Curtis never gives up. He's always fought the good fight with the Guardian Angels over the years, and now we have to unite behind Eric Adams, and we're going to have to hope that Eric Adams is not going to cave in to the defund the police movement, especially how Adams was a former police officer himself, and he does want to go back to some Bloomberg-era policies. He has suggested that he wants to bring back stop and frisk, and he has mentioned that he wants to, per se, bring back the plainclothes unit. So there's a slim chance that he could refund the police. I would hope that he does so, but he's going to have a very tough negotiation because his first city budget's due in April. So let's see how it looks. As also expected, Councilman Brad Lander will be the next comptroller of New York City. So we're never going to find that money that Charlene used for the mental health resources. I'm talking about de Blasio's wife. The Stay Woke movement is still alive in New York City. Umani Williams is still going to be public advocate. Dr. Devi, that's her right there, 24%. So let's just go over the New York City numbers. So New York 1 is saying that Eric Adams is 66.5%, and Curtis Lewa got 28.8%. So let's just take a look at the map for New York City. And Sliwa actually got second most of his votes in Queens. And of course, Staten Island's going to overwhelmingly turn out for Sliwa. And you got Adams leading in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn. Actually, because this is his home borough. Imagine if Eric Adams lost his home borough. I mean, that would be hilarious. Alvin Bragg's going to be the next district attorney of Manhattan. No surprise there. Eric Adams' successor is going to be Democrat Antonio Renonzo. And he took on a Orthodox Jewish man, Mecham Rapaport. Mark Levine's going to be the next borough president of Manhattan. Don Richards still going to remain borough president in Queens. And Vito Pasella did very well in Staten Island last night, so has to be expected. Queens GOP chair Joanne Arola is going to the city council in the 32nd district. This is a district that represents Howard Beach, Ozone Park. She is going to the city council, and she's going to be the successor of Eric Ulrich. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if I can find the other races. Look at this. Sal Albanese did not succeed to get his old city council seat back. David Carr won in District 50. Here's a political upset nobody saw coming in the 48th District of Brooklyn, which represents Sheepshead Bay. Anna Furkoff beat Steven Staberstein. So that's a pretty big shocking upset, 63.9% to 36.1%. So that's a big upset right there. Okay, so Jackie Taborov did not win Lower Manhattan. I mean, there was, I don't know how many people voted in this district, but there was a little bit of momentum towards the end for Jackie, but in the end, you know, things just didn't go the way she expected it to. Wait a minute. Where's Manhattan District 3? Guess they don't have it. Okay, so I'm just going to go down and look at Queens. So here is the upset of the night in Queens. Vicky Paladino is going to the city council. 49.8% to 43.1% for former councilman and state senator Tony Avila. Sandra Ung won. I'm not surprised about that. That used to be my old district, District 20, which I never lived in 19 when I was in Bayside. Youngjin Pai was actually endorsed by Sliwa, so I will mention that. Tiffany Caban is going to represent the city council in Astoria. Linda Lee is going to represent Glen Oaks. No surprise in my district, James Gennaro defeated Tim Rosen. So I'm just checking District 29, which represents Kew Gardens. Lynn Schulman is going to succeed Karen Konsolowitz. 29 was actually pretty close. And Vanessa Simon did not win Southern Queens, so no surprise there. I just want to see if it's official. Okay. So last night, 2 Republicans gained seats in the city council. So in total, there's going to be 4 Republicans on the city council. So it's going to be Joe Borelli, David Carr, Vicky Paladino, and just confirming in District 48, Ina Verkov. So 4 seats. That's something. But again, the big upset's going to be 19, which I kind of saw coming. Speaking of something that we didn't see coming, the race for New Jersey governor is still undecided, still at the 9 o'clock hour this morning. Republican Jack Ciattarelli has a 1-point lead over incumbent Phil Murphy. So we'll see how this ends up, because some counties are still undecided at this moment. But looks like Phil Murphy could win depending on the absentee count. But we do know certainty in Virginia. We know that Glenn Youngkin is going to be the next governor of Virginia. He won with 50.7% of the vote. The former governor, Terry McAuliffe, was at it for a second time because in Virginia, you can't run for consecutive terms. So he waited 4 years, came back, and he is not going to be governor of Virginia, Terry McAuliffe. It's going to be Glenn Youngkin. And Winsome Sears is going to be the lieutenant. And she is black. I just want to mention that. She is of Caribbean descent. So very interesting because there has been a little bit of a demographic shift in Virginia where a lot of the Caribbean people have been moving in. I've been hearing that trend in the past couple of years. Let's go to Long Island. Currently right now, News 12 is projecting that Bruce Blakeman is going to be the next county executive. The incumbent Laura Curran only got 48%. Blakeman got 52%. I will say that the issues in Nassau came down to the taxes and the crime, especially because bail reform was a talking point. So congratulations to Bruce Blakeman. And I also want to give my congratulations to Eric Adams and also Vicky Paladino along with Glenn Youngkin. I should have said that earlier. But again, New Jersey is still too close to call as of this morning. Okay, so let's go to District Attorney in Nassau. Ann Donnelly beat State Senator Todd Kaminsky. Then we're going to go to Suffolk. Where's Suffolk? Here's Suffolk. Ray Tierney won in Suffolk County. For controller, former state senator Elaine Phillips is going to be controller. And then we're going to look for town supervisor in Hempstead. Don Clavin won. Then we're going to go to North Hempstead, where Judy Bosworth wasn't featured. Jennifer DeSenza is going to be the next town supervisor of North Hempstead. So, a very big night for Republicans. They did very well in Nassau County, and of course confirming that with incumbent Joe Saladino. So now we're just going to take a look to see. Well, I'm not going to go into any other races because it will just take too long, and I do got to get to work. So I'm going to quickly wrap this up. Westchester County, as expected, George Latimer won, defeating his Republican opponent Christine Schulte, 62% to 38%. And then we're just going to quickly take a look at Rockland County. Obviously, I have family in Rockland, so I wanted to know who won. And as expected, Ed Day is going to get another term as Rockland County executive. And normally, Rockland is a very Democratic area. So that's very shocking that Ed Day does very well in Rockland. So that is surprising there. So I'm going to wrap this up. So, very interesting night. Republicans did very well again in Long Island. They did very well in Virginia. And to recap, Republicans now have 4 seats in the city council in New York City. Counting Vicky Palladino, that will be very interesting. Because now I'm hoping that Vicky is going to hold Eric Adams in check. And I would certainly would like to see a big change in Virginia. Something that Glenn Youngkin needs to do is just bring some revitalization to the Commonwealth. And as soon as we get the results from New Jersey, I will do a video because that's very important that I keep an eye on it. So I'll be monitoring it throughout the day. So with that, thank you for watching. Until the next one, please take care.